So I wanted to kind of show my shoes. I just got some new ones. But before I show the new ones, I'm going to kind of give some history. So these are not my very first ones, but my first dedicated shoes for a race. I kind of try to buy a new pair of shoes for every single major race I'm training for. These were 2018 for my first full distance triathlon. So this is from 2018. It's probably got about 2,000 miles on it now, and believe it or not, they are still going strong. Just about my favorite running shoe that I still use at this moment. But I'll say favorite running shoe so far. You'll see this is when I started to use the little bungees and elastics. It makes for faster transitions in during the triathlon races. These are the last ones from this past year. 2022 when I did the Ironman. These are Brooks. I wanted to give them a try. These have a little bit more heel support than the previous one, and I thought that would make me go a little bit faster, but the past race I did in Ironman, like Placid, I was carrying about probably 15 extra pounds than I was when I was running this race, so I think that really showed in my time. But really good shoes. I wouldn't say I like them as much, but they do fit. When I was trying these out, I tried the Hoka brands. Really excited to try those, see if I could get like a carbon plate and all of that, but even in the wide shoe, my feet just wouldn't fit. Felt terrible. So at the end of the day, if the shoe fits, wear it. So that's kind of what I learned with these, but it's not my favorite, but I still run in them all the time, especially on the treadmill or outside or wherever. Now these are my new ones. These are Altras is what they're called, and I'm excited to try these. So you can see they have a very different profile. You'll see that the feet are almost kind of stubby toes, which is actually the perfect fit for my feet. But then also they have a wider toe base, forefoot base, and so that you get more support. And at least for me, that's how my feet are naturally shaped. Like my forefoot is like really wide compared to the back of my foot. So these are, they definitely have a good fit. And usually where I wear out the shoe the most is right on this outside over here of the racing shoe. And especially when I do a forefoot strike. I've been told these are more, not minimalist, but they're flat. There's no, like, if it was like a 4mm drop or a 7mm drop, I think these Sauconys are 7, and the Brooks are 4, or the other way around or something. These are flat, and so I just did my first run on these right now, and I don't think my heel touched the ground at all. So I'm excited because at this point in my training, that's where I'm at. So it's just I'm not even trying. I'm just starting to do forefoot strikes, and so these are really lending themselves to it and have a lot of support, because in other shoes I've worn, I used to wear Nikes, and they were my favorite shoe at one point too for running, even before these guys in 2018. And but they just had no support. Like literally my pinky toe was like hanging off the thing. Whereas in all of these shoes that doesn't happen, but especially not in this one. So I'll see how these goes. I might see if I can get some elastic stuff on here at some point. Still very, very light, and I'm excited to really dig into that speed work, because ultimately that's what it comes down to. With at least the reasoning behind getting these different shoes was, with these ones I was coming off of, right before these, wearing the Nikes, and they were very minimalist shoes, and so there was really no support at all, and so I thought that this one actually had a bigger heel, whereas now in retrospect I find that that's not exactly the case, but it was definitely a lot more than what I'd had at the time. And then these ones definitely have more heel support, but I think that kind of made me go slower in the end. And when I was buying these shoes, that's what the guy was telling me. The more heel support you have and the more cushion, actually, the more it slows you down. So that's interesting. I will say I probably found that to be the case. It's probably a good like training shoe, I think, is what it comes down to. But then these ones, I mean, I'm hoping that I can do like, aggressive fast running, which I haven't had the chance to do yet, but I'm also hoping that I can kind of cope with some of those even track sets. not only 10K speeds, the 10K speed I'm hoping to attain, but also like intervals on a track and stuff. So some of those 5-minute mile paces. So that's the hope. I'm sure there's no be-all end-all shoe, but these do look pretty slick. So I'm excited to keep running, and shoes are all about the heart.